Hello, my dear class 5 students. How are you? Today I am going to begin the second chapter, The Little Boy Who Cried. This is the title of the second chapter. The Little Boy Who Cried deals with two little child, Doreen and Harry. Doreen and Harry are very kind and helpful to others. They are ready to help anybody at trouble at any cost. Even the sacrifices, their hardly saved money for a little boy who fell down on the street and damages all the foods that he had bought and loses all the money so that he cannot go back, cannot return to his house. On the situation, when Harry and Doreen saw the child, they come to his help and they spend all the money that they have been saved for buying a paint box, which was their favorite one. They spend this money for the little boy, and at last they get the reward by the little child's mother. So before we begin the text explanation, we should look at the first page. This page deals with different kinds of help to different types of problem a person can fall. In the first case, it's showing that I have hurt my knee. A little boy has hurt his knee. How can I help him? I will birth it. I have solved the questions here. I will birth it for you. Bathe it for you means I will wash it with water and give bandage to you. The second problem is I have lost my money. So if somebody lost money, how will you help you? I will lend some of me. If somebody has lost money, I will lend my money. So this is the solution. I have dropped my lunch. I have dropped my lunch. If somebody dropped his lunch, how can you help him? Yes. You can have one of my sandwiches. If I have extra sandwiches, I will offer him. I don't know the way to the library. If somebody don't know the way to the library, how to go to the library, what should we do? We should guide him. That means you can come with me. So in this way, we can help others. So let us go to the main page of the story, the first page. Doreen and Harry were very happy. Why they were happy? They had £2 between them and they were going to buy a paint box. So this was why Doreen and Harry was happy because they have saved £2 and they are going to buy a paint box, which was their favorite. They both have loved painting, but their paint box was very old and not very good. They loved painting, but problem is their paint box was very old and not good. That's why they saved money, £2 money, and wanted to buy that paint box. But what happened after that? They saved up to £2 to buy one they had seen in the toy shop. Mummy had also asked them to take her shoes to be mended. So they were going to buy the paint box, and another task their mother gave. The mummy asked them to take her shoes to be mended. Mended means to be repaired. Here, the mended means to be repaired. So their mother also asked them to get her shoes to be repaired from the cobbler. The cobbler lived next door to the toy shop. Cobbler means who sews the no who the binds and repairs and sews the shoes of others. Cobbler means one who repairs the shoes. So the cobbler lived the next door behind them. They went down the road, past the park, on their way. They went down the road, they passed the park, and on their way they see what? Running in through the gates was a little boy. That means through the gates a little boy was coming, and he was coming by running. What happened after that? Just as the children passed the gates, just as the children means just as the Harry and Doreen passed the gates, they saw what? The small boy tripped over something. Tripped over means stumbled on something. Yeah. Tripped over means they stumbled on something. They tripped over something and fell flat on his face. A parcel carried burst open and out. He carried a parcel with him, and what happened? When he fell down, the parcel burst open. Burst open means the parcel broke open. Yeah, the broke open. The parcel broke open. Out fell sandwiches. Out fell means sandwiches, orange, and a sticky piece of chocolate fell out. Sticky piece means the gum-like quality, adhesive, sticky quality is called a sticky piece. And he bought a sticky piece of chocolate. He bought orange. He bought a sandwiches, and all was in his parcel. And when the boy fell down, the parcel also burst open, and everything fell out. And another thing the children heard was tinkle sound. What is the tinkle sound? Tinkle sound means the sound of falling of some metal. Here, the sound of falling coin. The tinkle sound as the coins had fallen rolled away. Rolled away means moved away. Here, moved when a wheel goes on the road, it is called rolled. The money is round shaped. That's why it's rolled away and it moved away. At the same moment, the small boy began to howl. Howl means crying loudly like dog. So howl means cry loudly like a dog. So at the time when the boy fell down, he began to howl. That means he began to cry loudly. At this, Doreen ran to the little child, a little boy, and picked him up. Pick him up means lifted up. The boy fell down, and Doreen ran to him and picked him up. What he saw that the little boy had hurt his knee and grazed his hand. Grazed means he got scratches on his hands. The boy fell down and got scratches on his eyes, hand, and knees. Now, Dory sympathizes the little boy. Says, "Don't cry," said Doreen, dusting his jacket down. Dusting his jacket down means cleaning his jacket down. And you are not hurt too much. Now the boy says, little boy says, but the dinner's all spoiled, yelled the little boy. Yelled means cried loudly. And money's lost. The boy is crying, sobbing, and saying that my money is lost. Bubble, my dinner is also fell down. Now what we will do? Mummy will beat me, etc., etc. The boy cried loudly. At the sight, Harry picked up the sandwiches, oranges, and chocolate cake, but they were no good for eating. Naturally, when some eatables fall on the street, on the road, on the soil, it's not no survived to be eaten. It's not edible anymore. The little boy's dinner was certainly spoiled. Certainly means surely. The little boy's dinner certainly spoiled. Now the boy is saying, I had 50 pence in my hand and fell and rolled down the drain. There wept the boy. Oh dear. He said he had 50 pence in his hand and it fell down. That was the tinkle sound, no, 50 pounds tinkle sound, 50 pounds coin. So let us move to the next page. This is second page. Now the boy is coming. The boy is coming. Cry. How am I get home? It's first time my mother let me go out alone and gave me my dinner to bring to the park and let me have 50 pence to pay for some lemonade and bus fare. So what did her mother give this 50 pound for? For buying what? For buying dinner. In the dinner, the sandwich, the um, lemonade, and the orange he had bought. And the money was for another thing. It was for his bus fare also, so that he can return home. For returning home, the money included the bus fare also. But everything is now gone. That's why boy is crying. Now, Doreen and Harry did not know what to do. The small boy would not stop crying. That means the boy was not stopping crying. The boy was continuously crying, crying. And Doreen and Harry did not know what to do. Now, suddenly, Doreen said, listen, said Doreen suddenly. If you stop crying, we will buy you some new dinner, give you money to get home. Now, Doreen had idea to stop the child. She said, don't cry. If you stop crying, she will give, I will give. That means the girl, Doreen, will give the boy what? He will buy him new dinner. He will give him money. She will give him money to get home. We have 2 pounds. We are going to buy new paint box, but we will give you some of the money if you cheer up. Now the girl Doreen is saying that they have 2 pounds. They are going to buy the paint box, but now they are ready to give the boy the sum of the parts of the money to the boy. If the boy cheers up, that means if the boy stops crying. Cheers up means be happy. If the boy becomes happy and stops the crying, she will give the money. Now at this, the little boy became happy. The little boy wiped his eyes. Wiped means what? Let us see what the word wipe mean. Wipe means rubbed and dried. The little boy dried and rubbed his eyes and looked at the at Doreen with smile. Now, when the little boy heard that Doreen will give the money, the boy become happy because she has got the assurance that she will get this, and nobody will tell him anything. I like you, he said. You are kind. Tell me your name. I will ask mummy to send you back the money. The boy is very happy and the boy is appreciating Doreen. He's saying that give me your address, your I will tell money, I will tell my mother. The boy is telling that I will tell everything to my mother that you have been so kind, so helpful to me, and I will tell her to give you no the money back to you. Now said, oh no, Doreen said, you don't bother about that. If somebody gives you says you that no, in return of your help I will return you something, this is you have to say what, that no, you don't need to do that, we will not to get we don't want to get it. This is the this is no the habit of a good person, the kind person. The kind person never expect anything in return. That's why Doreen said you do not you need not bother about that. Bother about means uh, take trouble. You did not do not take trouble about that. You do not have to take problem about. This is not at all a problem. We can spare you the money because it's our very own. Spare you means we can spend for you. Spare you means we can spend for you. That means the girl is saying that we can spend for you the money because the money was their own. Why not? They were going to buy the paint box. That's why the money was their own. That's why the little girl is saying that we can spend it for you. Then Harry took the little boy to the water fountain and bathed knee and his hands. Bathed means washed with water and cleaned. Sure. Bathed means washed with water and cleaned. So they went with him to baker's shop and bought him two buns. After that, they take the boy to the baker's shop and they buy him two buns. Two buns means bread roll. They bought him two bread rolls, a cherry cake, and a bottle of lemonade. Then they bought an apple at another shop. Harry unwrapped. Unwrapped means unpacked. What unpacked? Mother's shoes. That means the mother's shoes was packed in a brown packing, brown paper. That brown paper Harry opened. Why he opened? Let us see. And carefully wrapped up all the food and bought in brown paper, because they did not have the paper to wrap up the food of the boy, because the little boy will again fall, no, and spoil the foods again. That was why the Harry wanted to repack the food of the child, because the boy would again fall and spoil this. So with the shoes in which their mother's shoe was packed, they unpacked the paper and repacked the boy's food and everything. Now they asked, "How much is your bus fare home?" asked Doreen. Doreen said, "How much do you want to go back home for your bus fare?" 20 pence, said the little boy. "Well, here you are," said Harry. Here you are means they are giving. Here you are means they are giving. Yes, take this. Here you are means take this money. Giving the little fellow the money. The little fellow means friend, man, and no, all those who are near to us. Fellow, little boy, man, and friend. Here you are, Harry, giving the money. Put that in your pocket and keep it, they said. The money gave and tell him that put it in your pocket, so that you don't, it is never lost. It is not lost again. So this is for today. Tomorrow I will complete the text. I will move to the next section, next chapter, to the next pages of the story. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. You take care.